So today we're doing a deep dive into some research that completely reframes how we think about safety for older people.
Yeah. The topic is environmental sensitivity.
Right. But let's be super clear from the start. This isn't just about, hay fever or food allergies.
No, not at all. It's much deeper.
Yeah.
We're looking at a fundamental physiological shift in how the aging body actually processes the world around it.
Sound, light, even touch.
Everything. Sources call it a broader vulnerability.
And it's unsettling, really. The idea that the room you're in right now could become, an antagonist. So let's get into the mechanics. How do we get from just getting older to this state of environmental overload?
Well, it really starts with the nervous system. The research talks a lot about something called sensory filtering.
Okay, so like the ability to tune things out.
Exactly. In a younger brain, you have this amazing ability to just ignore the hum of the air conditioner or, the flicker of a bad light bulb so you can focus.
It's background noise suppression.
Perfectly put. But the data shows that filter gets weaker in older adults. The brain stops ignoring things.
So it's processing everything.
All the time. And here's the really crucial part. This overstimulation doesn't look like an allergy. You don't get hives or a sneeze.
Right. The symptoms are totally different. I was looking at the list. It's things like agitation, confusion, even just fatigue and bad sleep.
Which you can imagine creates a huge risk for misdiagnosis.
Of course. An 80-year-old is agitated. You're not thinking about the lighting in the room.
Exactly. A doctor might see shortness of breath dyspnea and immediately look for a heart condition. They almost never ask, is the air quality poor or is it too noisy in here?
So it all gets written off as just getting old.
Or a side effect of some other condition.
Right.
And all this is driven by a biological engine the sources call inflammaging.
That term kept coming up. It sounds like a buzzword, but it's a very real state.
It is. It's basically two things happening at once. First, you have immunosenescence. That's just the immune system getting older and weaker.
Makes sense.
And second, you have this chronic kind of low-level inflammation that's just always there in the body.
So the system is weaker, but it's also constantly on edge.
That's a great way to put it. It's primed to overreact, but it doesn't have the resources to calm itself back down.
And that recovery gap is
really scary. A younger person might get a whiff of heavy pollution, cough a bit, and be fine in minutes. For an older adult with inflammaging, that same stress can kick off a cascade that lasts for days.
Which I guess is why this starts to appear in European Union policy documents. We saw references to their disaster resilience goals.
They have to pay attention to it. I mean, think about climate change.
You mean things like extreme heat, wildfire smoke?
Precisely. Because of that diminished ability to adapt we were just talking about, a heat wave isn't just uncomfortable for this group. It can trigger rapid physical and cognitive decline.
So the EU is basically saying our old disaster plans might not be enough.
Not for a population that can't biologically handle the stress.
But it gets even more complicated. The sources also mention a sensory paradox. It's not always about being too sensitive.
That's right. The hyperesthesia factor. It's really unpredictable.
So some people become almost painfully sensitive to touch.
Yeah, to the point where the seam on a shirt feels like sandpaper, but then others go the complete opposite direction and lose sensitivity.
Which seems just as dangerous. If you can't feel how cold it is, you don't realize you need a jacket.
Or you don't feel the early signs of an asthma attack or a skin reaction coming on. The environmental trigger is there, but your body's alarm system is broken.
And yet, we put people with these broken alarm systems into the loudest, brightest, most chaotic places imaginable.
Hospital, care homes.
Yeah, it's a major critique in these papers.
It is. We're taking brains that have lost their filters and putting them in the most overstimulating environments we have. The research links it directly to delirium.
So the big takeaway here for anyone listening is that safety for an aging population, it's so much more than just grab rails in the shower.
It's about the total sensory load. It's about designing age-adapted environments that actively support the body's resilience.
Right. So I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over. If our bodies, eventually lose the capacity to filter the world for us, does real resilience come from better medical treatment? Or does it come from us radically redesigning the actual noise and chaos of the spaces we all live in? Thanks for diving in with us.